Hi everyone, it's June 16th of 2020 and I have another anniversary today. It's not as big as the other two anniversaries I celebrated last week when I went on a 38-hour fast. But on June 16th, 2005, so 15 years ago today, I had gone to a friend's party for his high school graduation. He had just graduated from high school. I graduated 2 years ahead of him. It was a big anniversary because I used to have a lot of social anxiety. You got to remember that at 18, I was already going to college. I was writing, as a hobby, writing some computer programs to solve unsolved math problems. I was working on a problem called Ramsey theory, just as a hobby. Um, a few years before the party, I had started eating healthier. I was reading food labels. I obviously wanted to have nothing to do with the food at the party, but I had started to understand a lot about food chemistry. I would see ingredients on food and know their chemical formulas or how they were made. And my friend, all he wanted to talk about was playing musical instruments, playing sports. And so it created a lot of anxiety for me. To give you an idea, a couple weeks ago, I had gone to the park in downtown Kirkland to kind of mingle with people now that we can somewhat relax our social distancing and all that. And I just find it difficult because nobody is there understands about writing world championship level computer games or the chemistry in food. Obviously, people don't want to appreciate the idea that they don't want to hear the idea that what they're eating could kill them, right? It's hard enough to get people to accept that just going out and being within 6 feet of somebody could kill you or you could kill somebody. People don't want to think about that. And sometimes when I know too much about that, it really hurts the relationships, right? And so I got so bored that I started doodling. And so here's some stuff that I wrote. I don't write Chinese very well, so I've been practicing a little bit. That's a Chinese proverb right there. It's pronounced 趁火打劫. It means to take advantage of a bad situation, right? COVID, and you take advantage of the financial markets being in free fall and buy stocks. And then I wrote scam because I felt like I was committing a scam. What else did I draw here? So I drew a COVID virus, and because I tested positive for the antibodies, I drew antibodies attacking the virus. Social distance 6 feet. I think somebody sat too close to me, and I wrote that to get them to back away. And then I drew the Dow Jones. It had gone to 29,000, 19,500. I drew a check from Donald Trump, and see, this is the kind of stuff that races through my head all the time when I'm trying to mingle with people. 1,000-ounce silver bar. Unfortunately, I tried to buy one of those when it was $13, $12 an ounce, and unfortunately, I had a hard time getting my hands on them. I ended up buying a lot of smaller coins, so didn't get the good deal out of it, but that's alright. But stuff like this. Let me see what else I've drawn in my. It's embarrassing when I look at when I look at my old high school or college notebooks. What did I write here? I wrote slow. I don't know why I even wrote that. I think one day I was on the bus when the bus driver was driving too fast, and I wanted him to slow down. And quid pro quo. I cannot remember why I wrote that. Something came up in my head. Okay, this stuff is beyond the scope. This is some computer science related stuff, so a little bit beyond the scope of what I'm trying to say here. Same thing here, and I think I was trying to time the market, thinking about all the different times that I bought. Was it gold or platinum and the prices? I don't know. But that's the kind of stuff that races through my head. I'm trying to talk to a friend about his musical instruments, and all I can think about is stuff that's well beyond his years, right? I mean, today I could probably talk to him about some of this stuff, but at the time it was very difficult. So going to that party, that was a huge learning curve for me, and I really appreciate him giving me the opportunity to do that. Unfortunately, every June 16th, when I remind him and thank him for the anniversary, he refuses to acknowledge me on that. And I still appreciate it, even though it's 15 years now. Every time I tell him, hey, thank you, 13 years ago, 14 years ago, 15 years ago when you held that party, he refuses to acknowledge me. Sometimes I'll tell one of his friends that he also invited to the party. Unfortunately, one of the friends is no longer with us because he got involved with using painkillers. He was playing some sports and had injured himself, gotten addicted, and he passed away almost 2 years ago now. So he doesn't get to know about COVID-19, unfortunately. So I have several big anniversaries this past week, right? June 11th, 2011, the first time in my life when a girl starts a conversation with me. Usually I have to be the one to initiate the relationship. Part of the reason I love traveling is that in most parts of the world, actually, it's the girl who initiates the relationship. In the United States and Western Europe, it seems to be the guy who has to go after the girl. Um, and Also